Howdy folks, Brian with Toolin' Foolin' here. Today, going to taking a look at a bit of a furnace issue I've been having. So the problem is, woke up the other day, it was about 60 degrees in the house, but the thermostat is set to 68, so the furnace just wasn't kicking on. So I've come down here to take a look at it. First thing I want to do is turn the master on-off switch to off, which I've done right here. I can pop this panel off and see what's inside. Now the way my furnace works and the way most of them work is there's this pressure sensor right there. So when that pressure sensor is activated via change in temperature, it will trigger the sequence of events to get the furnace going. So first that pressure sensor is triggered, then this induction motor right here fires off. What that induction motor does is there's a fan inside, and that will blow out any stale airs or stale gases from the combustion chamber back in here where all the jets are. So it'll get rid of any stale airs and introduce new fresh air. And then the solenoids down in the cabinet there will click and turn the gas on to the jets. So the gas will come in through here and go down to our fire jets. And then once the gas is flowing, there's a hot surface igniter. There it is in the back corner there. That surface igniter should glow cherry red, and then all the jets will ignite. And once the jets are ignited, they'll be blowing fire jets into the chamber there, and then the fan, the blower down in here, will kick on, and that will blow heat throughout the rest of the house. So when I was investigating everything, I took a look down here and I saw that igniter was just not ever kicking on. And it's easy enough to access. It's just a couple of screws back here holding it in. You can see if I can get some better light. There you can kind of see the two screws there. And it's just held on with this clip right here. For this little clip, you just squeeze these two tabs together and pop that apart. So I took those couple of screws out right there, popped the igniter out, and sure enough, it was bad. I'll show you that here in a second. So this is the original igniter that I removed from my furnace, and I've since dropped it again, so it broke into another piece. That's all supposed to be one piece, kind of goes together like that. But the problem I had was, let me try to zoom in here a little bit. You can kind of see right here it looks a little bit burnt out, and sure enough, it did burn itself out. So there was a complete gap right there between these couple of pieces. And that did definitely look very suspicious and looked like the thing just burned itself out. Sure enough, that was the issue. So this is an easy enough part to swap out. I found another one at a local parts store. So I was able to get a replacement. You can also find these online for fairly cheap. But one thing, just a couple of gotchas. So here's another one I bought from a local parts store. And just one thing to be aware of is this is the little mounting bracket that goes into the furnace. So this thing fits into this mounting bracket, like so. Then it drops down into your furnace and you put your two screws in right here. So one little gotcha is this little rectangular piece here fits into that little slot. So this is my original igniter and mounting bracket, so of course those fit. This new one I got, that little slot there, it fits now, but you can kind of see I tried grinding this down because that was about 1/8 of an inch too long. So this igniter would not have fit inside this bracket. So while I was trying to kind of grind this down so it does fit, I ended up breaking this one. So I had to go back to the parts store and buy another one of these. So actually, I would say if you're going to buy one of these online and have to wait 2 or 3 days for shipping, you might just buy 2 of them. Online, I found these for anywhere from about $25 to $50. They're not super expensive, but if you're buying kind of in the $20 to $30 range, I'd say just buy 2 of them, because in case you do break one, because they are very fragile. There's just silicon, so this is just kind of baked sand. So this is a very fragile part. And another thing, the person at the parts store said, do not touch this, because even the oil on your fingers can cause this to malfunction or maybe not ignite, or maybe it'll disrupt the current. So yeah, you don't want to touch this when you get that new one. But that's something to be aware of. You have to have the correct igniter, and it'll go into this clip, and you want to be sure that your clip can house the igniter, or maybe the igniter comes with its own clip. But yeah, that's just a couple things to be aware of. All right, so now that I have the new igniter installed with those two screws clipped in right here, I'll turn this back on, see if our furnace starts up. There we go. There is some induction motors cruising along. That'll run for a few seconds. Then the next thing we should hear is a click, and then we'll get our gas to our jets will turn on. Just give it a few seconds here. All right, now we see our igniters glowing, and there's our heat. So hopefully that'll help somebody having the same issue, and really it's a pretty simple fix. Just a couple screws, pops that thing in and out on that little clip there. Nice, easy to get to, readily available at local stores and online. Hope it helps somebody else. Thanks for watching.